Hey y'all, we just wanted to show you some updates on the hydrangea cuttings that we took back in the fall from our Lime Light Hydrangeas. We had done a video, I think it was back in January, maybe February, where we were showing you how we were just had or were sticking them just in some soil or either sand, and we want to show you the results of that project. We wanted to come back and show you some of these hydrangeas that we had cut back. We had clipped off of our Lime Light hydrangeas back in the fall and just stuck them in some soil. Most of them went straight into just some potting soil or soil conditioner that we had. Others went into sand, and we've had about the same success rate on both the sand and the soil. But I wanted to show you, obviously not all of them were successful. We've got some here that did not root. They look like they still possibly would, but at this point it is the last day of April, and it does have green at the top of the stem. Let me show you here. This one has green, and it's still alive. So what we'll do is we will stick it back in and wait for it to see if it will eventually root. There are some that don't have any green on them at all and no signs of rooting. So at this point, we're probably not even going to fool with them. We'll just take those out. But let me get this opened up here and dumped out so you can see what I'm talking about on the ones that have rooted. You can see these with the larger leaves have got more than likely got roots on those. So let me do that right quick, and I'll be right back with you and show you what we've got. All right, in this pot that we had probably, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that did not have any rooting on them or any green. Actually, that one's got a little bit of green in it, but I'm not going to fool with it. And this one had some green, but now it doesn't look so healthy, so I'm going to take those out. Then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 that are not rooted yet, but do have healthy green on them. So we are going to stick those back in some, probably some sand this time since they've been in this wet soil. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 that have rooted, some with various stages of rooting on them. This one has a really good root structure going. And then others have just some minor roots going on those, but they have roots. So we're going to repot all of those. So that's one pot. We've got 12 plus a potential 9 more. So that's 21 hydrangeas, definitely 12 if they all live, but we're going to pot those up real quick. What we're going to do on these that have not rooted, we started off with some soil conditioner in the bottom of this, looks like a 2-gallon pot, and then we've got some sand and soil conditioner mixture on the top 2/3 of it, and we're just basically going to stick them in there, water them in, and give them some more time in the greenhouse. So we're just going to stick them in. Like I said, give them some more time. What do we have to lose? Nothing. These are free. And if we get 1 or 2 more out of here, how great is that? And I think we have a total of 9. Actually looks like 8 because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I had said 9. It's actually 8. One of them looks like it did not have any form of life on it, so we're not going to worry with it. Now this one had a root on it and I broke it off. That's another thing to remember when you're getting these out of the pots, to be very gentle with the roots and not accidentally break the roots off of them when you're getting them out, because it would be easy to do, especially with these really, the ones that are really tender. These really tender roots here, easily tear those off when you're pulling them out if you're not careful. I'm going to go ahead and use the same soil that we had before, but I'm going to add a little bit of this perlite in there with it, just for a little bit better drainage. Seems like they were getting a little too wet, so I'll get that in there and mix it up and help with the drainage a little bit, and get that mixed up really well. You want to do that in a pretty well drained area. You don't want to be breathing that stuff, just like I did. And we're going to pot these rooted ones up individually. We're wanting to turn these in to the ones that are especially really straight. If there's some crooked ones, I might actually do those separately, or do a couple in a pot. But these that are straight, I want to definitely put in a pot by itself. And you want to make the hole big enough to where when you're putting it in, you're not, again, not tearing up the root system, because these are very delicate roots and you don't want to damage whatever roots you've got started so far. And then you want to pack it around it pretty good so there's no air pockets. And you just keep going till you get them all potted up. To be fully transparent, not all were a success, certainly more so than not, but this pot in particular had zero viability. There was one that appeared like it was going to put on some green and did have some leafing, but you can see there's no roots on it. Those are just not roots there, but yeah, no roots. It would go ahead and do something, but the rest of them have no green at all on this particular pot, so this pot was a fail. So in closing, we just want to show you some of the hydrangeas that we've gotten potted up. We've probably got probably 20 that are rooted already, and then to show you these over here on this side, these are ones that when we took them out, they were not fully rooted. Here, all down the front here, all of these, they still have green on them. We fully anticipate that most of them, hopefully all of them, but probably most of them, will eventually root. And these here were some that we potted up last week, and the leaves are substantially larger on those now already. I'm pretty confident that they have rooted by now, but we're still going to give them a couple of weeks here in the greenhouse just to let them get some stronger root systems, hopefully, and then we will be potting them up individually. So just wanted to show you how things had done and progressed with our cuttings. Thank you all and have a blessed afternoon.